Welcome to another episode of Beyond the Trenches. This is episode 5. We're going to talk about this week in football, make some predictions, and give our thoughts. I'm your host, of course, Big Mike, on the BigMike.LittleAnt channel. Of course, we got our man Jordan up in on location. What's up, Jordan? Tobi.
What's good?
Jeff.
Yo.
And Ravi.
Yo.
All right, so we're gonna get right into it. Just let y'all know Tobi might be leaving a little bit early, so we're gonna start right now. So the Chiefs, the Immortal Chiefs, they finally lost after 13 straight wins. And with that loss, are we starting to see some chinks in the armor or some ways to neutralize them or how we could beat them? Well, why don't you go ahead, Tobi? You can start.
The Chiefs are still a good team, okay? The Raiders are also a good team, okay? Don't sleep on the Raiders. They're a good team. I don't think they're better than the Chiefs just because they beat them in this week, though. You know, it just happens like that, you know? If it came down to a playoff game, of course, I believe the Chiefs will win that game, you know what I'm saying? But the Chiefs are still a good team. They do have chinks in the armor. They can be beaten. The Raiders and the Chargers and the Patriots showed that, you know, they're vulnerable. So they could be had. You could confuse Patrick Mahomes. He could have his weaknesses. And when he has those weaknesses, you have to take advantage because that's the only way you can really beat them, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, they're going to be one of the last 4 teams left, in my opinion, you know? They're going to be one of the last 4 teams left at the end of the day. They're beatable. I didn't think it was unbeatable, you know, last season. It was just like perfect time and everything. But they're a good team. Raiders are a good team. They have chinks in their armor. They're not unbeatable. They could be beaten, but yeah, you've seen some chinks that can be had. Only certain teams could beat them, though. Only certain teams. Any team just can't beat them. You have to have you have to be able to score a lot of points and keep Patrick Mahomes off the field. You know, that's what I gotta say.
Okay, so can your Steelers beat them then, you think?
Of course. Of course. Because we have that defensive line and we could get to Patrick Mahomes. And if we could we need to continue to run the ball and, you know, be efficient offensively. So we could definitely beat them. Like, I'm confident that Ben could beat Pat. Like, I'm confident about that. Like, if we ever got to that position, I'm confident that my Steelers will win because I feel like we're going to get to Pat Mahomes. We're going to get to him. We're going to rattle him. Every quarter gets rattled.
It looks like Ravi, you don't agree with that.
No, Steelers ain't beating the Chiefs. Definitely not. But I'm more impressed. I mean, the Chiefs still put up 32 points. So I don't think they played bad. I was more impressed with the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Ruggs has burners. What is it, like 2 catches, 100-something yards? Or something ridiculous. I like him. Raiders low-key have some solid weapons, too. Jacobs, Waller, everybody. They're stacked. They got the pieces on offense. If Carr can play up to par, I think they can make some noise, honestly.
All right, but back to the Chiefs. So what do you think is wrong with them? Because they have been close for a couple of games and they finally lost. So
I think it was just their time. I mean, you can't win every game. They were due for a loss, and Raiders played up to their standard. Would I pick them to beat Would I pick the Chiefs to lose to the Raiders again? Definitely not. But they were due for a loss.
All right, Jeff, let's talk to you about the Chiefs. Before you get to the Raiders, talk about the Chiefs. What do you think about the Chiefs and that loss and stuff like that?
Yeah, they was due, but they was due. They was due. I think we actually mirrored them. We got a big, nice tight end, a wide receiver. You know what I'm saying? Defensive line. So, I mean, they were due. And plus, Carr actually got us riled up with the whole we got to beat him at least once thing. So, I think the team was real riled up behind that. I mean, it was a good game. It was a must win for us more than it was for them. You know, but I think the Chiefs might be just bored. Like, they know they could derf anybody whenever, wherever, however you want to do it. And you know, on top of that, they actually trying to put the run game in too with the young kid with the 3 names.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they
I like
staggered
that
him,
one.
and now they add L Bell, so they're actually maybe trying to reduce Mahomes' wear and tear. So seeing them have this loss, it's not bad because look, now they add L Bell. If that's gonna be the case, and it shows that they already trying to improve. I don't count them out, man. It's just a loss. I'm happy we won though. I mean, I'm good with that.
I bet. Hey, Jordan.
Yeah.
All right, man. About the Chiefs' loss, man. Is it just a loss, or do you see something football wise that they can be beat? Whatever.
So, I mean, they're. I never thought they were unbeatable. Like I wouldn't say there's chinks in the armor. I feel like it was more their their defense. Like if you could score, against them, like the Chiefs. I mean, the Raiders outgained them in yards, and they still put up 32 points. Like the Raiders had 490 yards, and the Chiefs had 413. So
Right.
if you can outgain them, you know what I'm saying? If you can go toe to toe with them and beat them, score with them, then they could be beaten. I think they didn't have as many big plays as they normally do. If you can eliminate the big plays with them and you can get, pressure on Mahomes, he tends to kind of always look for the big play. He makes a mistake. He had a big mistake with that interception. That was late in the game. That was key because the Raiders capitalized on that. So, if he can do that, if he doesn't do that, and you can put up more points than them and outgain them in yards, you can win the game because their defense is trash.
This might be a thing with Derek Carr too, because I've been saying like he don't never go deep, and now he go deep and he get rewarded on both the attempts where he went deep.
Yeah,
he popped the top off the defense, and I kept saying like if he don't go deep, that's the point. We got Ruggs. He the burner. Be out. Go deep.
But Derek Carr always had that potential though. Even like a couple years ago when he was in that MVP.
Who?
Derek Carr.
Yeah.
He was in an MVP conversation. He showed flashes then, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't like he was ever a scrub. He was never a scrub because they kept him for a reason, you know what I'm saying? You just can't get quarterbacks anytime you want, you know what I'm saying? You have to have somebody that's solid, and he was always solid.
Some teams are terrible. But I mean, again, the Chiefs, they got nothing to do with them. I mean, they had a hiccup on their record, so be it.
Yeah, we can move on to the Raiders, like you're talking about now.
If there's a coach that can, also if there's somebody that can go toe to toe, I believe when coaching against Andy Reid, it's John Gruden. I wouldn't say Andy Reid got out coached, but if there's a coach that can out coach him, it's John Gruden. We got to give credit to the Raiders for sure because the way they built the team, they have a formula to beat anybody. So they just got to go out there and do it. But you got to give credit to John Gruden too.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true because Gruden and the Bucks, they beat the Eagles back in the day. So I mean, you got to give them that or whatever.
Yeah.
So
this guy, dude.
Always trying.
Oh no, I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. That's what happened.
I'm agreeing with you. That's crazy, yo. I'm done with that.
Everything always lead back to the Eagles.
Everything
always leads back to the Eagles.
Jeff, was that a lie? What I just said? Like,
yeah, you are a resident Eagles fan. What you want us to do? Like,
right. What's going on?
Anyway, moving on forward. Then we already trying to talk about the Raiders. So, so what's y'all? Well, not y'all, but the thoughts on Dak's injury. And also, can Andy Dalton now lead them to the playoffs? Ravi, what you think? So.
I mean, Dak's injury was awful. I hope he comes back healthy and, the way he was pre-injury. And this is why you always take get the contract, then play it. And I hope people don't make this mistake going forward. That franchise tag is a scam. And Andy Dalton can take him to the playoffs. Not because he's anything special, it's because the division is so trash. We might be talking 6 wins takes you to the playoffs. 6 wins gets you a home playoff game.
If we in the dance, and we gonna dance, you heard?
If
6 wins, 5 wins, it don't matter.
All right. Okay, with George, since you're already talking, what do you think about Dalton and taking him to the playoffs, Cowboys?
I mean, I think he could do it. This is probably like the best set of weapons Andy Dalton ever had, and like,
right? What?
Nah.
Honestly,
AJ Green was out there, right?
You can make that case.
This is better weapons.
You can make that case. Like the Cowboys have Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Ezekiel Elliott. Like
better weapons.
He had AJ Green.
That's it.
He had AJ Green. That was it. Like,
Nah,
I
he-
mean, AJ Green was in the Julio conversation for a while.
I mean, still though,
Yeah.
you can't just do it with one
He's
wide
just one
receiver
person.
though.
But then
You
you
can't
have
just
like he had like Giovanni Bernard. He had a few players over there and stuff like that.
he
Oh my
did.
God.
They wasn't
Stop
really
it.
all that.
They're not fucking Zeke. Come on, man. Stop it. This is the best set of wide receivers, set of wide receivers and running back he's ever played with. They have a decent offensive line, even though they have injuries. So if they can be better than the Eagles, you feel me, and get in, then yeah, you can take them in and you know, get in there. I feel bad for Dak for sure, and I agree with Ravi. That's definitely why you take the contract. It sucks though, because like I'm not gonna say that this is what, you know, Jerry Jones probably like, you know, wanted to happen, but how convenient how convenient for you that you didn't give him the money, you know, last year that he really wanted, and now he gets hurt. So now you have a reason to justify not giving him the money that, you know, he may have gotten with having a full season. So it sucks for him, but he'll probably come back. They said it's 4 to 6 months. He'll come back.
Yeah,
He'll come back regularly. He'll be fine.
Yeah,
But it just sucks for him.
what do you think about him coming back and his money, Jeff, for Dak now after the injury?
Yeah, the injury is crazy. It's bad, man. It's a shame. And you know, the key thing is this is even though he won't get terrible deals. Once he heals, he'll get pretty solid deals based on his history, what he's already done. He won't get the money that he was seeking for or what they probably were trying to give him, but he'll come back. I think he'll get some decent money. It was ugly. It was so gruesome. It was bad.
Yeah.
And it's like in a situation like this, a guy is betting on himself and still giving 110% because he could have easily went down from the beginning. You know what I'm saying? And it's like trying to prove your loyalty or how much, you know, like someone should value you. It never works out well, especially if the other one isn't saying that they feel like you equate to their value. So he should have been got the money. He'll be fine. Danny Dalton. Yeah, you're right. They got a couple weapons. They could. I mean, they could. That defense is still terrible. Like,
Defense is trash.
Losing Dak might have took some of them. Like,
and I was gonna say they might though. Like losing Dak, they might rally around and, you know, play good football, even defensively. Like, you know what I'm saying? They might be able to rally around this. I mean, I don't know. You feel me? But they might be able to, you know, use this as.
All right, Tobi, what's your thoughts? I see you shake your head over there.
The Giants, I was watching Colin Cowherd, and he was talking about the Giants look like the Kansas City Chiefs out there. Yo, when I tell you that the Giants was putting up points, like they were not scoring against anybody else but the Cowboys. I'm so disappointed with the Cowboys. Mike McCarthy is, I don't know what, he's not good anymore, I guess. He took the year off and he was like, I'm going to adapt. He didn't adapt to shit. They still fucking
I mean, you
suck.
can't.
Their defense is fucking
It's not McCarthy, though. It's Mike Nolan.
It's not their offense. It's not their offense.
Yeah, but McCarthy's defense has always sucked.
Who hired Mike Nolan? Okay, their defense always
He
sucked.
did, no, for sure.
It was the worst they ever been. I never seen them this bad. I never seen them this bad. So I think Andy Dalton can take them to the playoff because the NFC East is really bad. It's horrific. Like I said, I don't think they deserve a home field game. They should be able, like Ravi and them were saying, they might win 6 games and get a no. If you only get 6 wins, you should not go. You should not have a fucking playoff game at home. You need to travel on the road. You need to suffer. What are you talking about? You don't get no playoff game at home. No, fuck all that. They need to go on the road and earn that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I believe should happen. They need to make a fucking rule change because 6 wins is just too low to me. Like that's way too low. That's
what about
3.
What about 8 and 8? Is that all right?
8 and 8. 8 and 8 is okay. 8 and 8 is okay. Because if you get to 8 and 8, it's okay. I'll say you got it. So and that I believe he's gonna get his money next year, whether it's from the Cowboys or somebody else. Because listen to me. I'm a Steelers fan, and Ben is getting old. You know what I'm saying? So if we got a chance to get Dak, I would take Dak.
Okay.
I would take Dak as another quarterback instead of Ben, because you got Dak and then you got weapons. Like Andy Dalton got weapons. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he might be able to succeed because he got Zeke. He just don't got AJ Green. He got Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb,
Michael Gallup.
He has multiple weapons, so he should be able to win that division. Like
Yeah,
The Eagles have life though. The Eagles have life. It's the Eagles and the Cowboys only. That's it. That division is fucking horrible. Oh my goodness.
But the Cowboys' main problem is still the same problem: the line, the offensive
though.
line. That's why Dak had to run all the time. So now Andy Dalton don't run. Well, he lamed up. Like, and
he can get out. He can.
How many points did he put up? Like when he came in, he got a touchdown or two, right?
I think
he got 10 points, right? Maybe.
Yeah,
I think so. I forget exactly. Yeah.
And that wasn't what.
But he can get out the pocket though. He can get out the pocket. Their problem is not their offense; it's their defense. Like their problem is never offense; it's defense. So like if they can't stop anybody, shit.
Well, they can't keep starting slow either. That's the problem.
That too.
Yeah.
On offense.
But I mean, it's crazy because the way they come back, I mean, it's like
how do they continuously do that? They put
themselves in position to win the game, but their defense can't stop anybody.
How do they continuously do that though? Like, how do you go down every week and come back every week?
It's because
garbage time fantasy points are unreal.
I know, yo. Yo, Dak's fantasy points were crazy.
Games.
I know.
Yeah. Yo, Dak got hurt. I was playing Dak this week and he got hurt, so I got lucky.
But if Dalton get first team reps, like he's gonna get now, Dalton was a starter for years, took him to the playoffs. So I feel like he can take to the playoffs.
Yeah, he can. He can.
He's definitely a top 32 quarterback in the league.
Top 32 quarterback.
Like he should be a starter.
He should be a starter. Yeah, he should be a starter.
He's a pretty good backup.
He's better than everybody. He's better than everybody in Washington right now. Like he's better than all.
I got him over Garner Minshew.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
Garner Minshew. Are you kidding me?
Wow,
I mean, in the right system, like I think, like the crazy thing is, I think Andy Dalton, or like a guy like or like they were saying like with the Falcons, firing their head coach, like what's Matt Ryan's future? But I could see somebody like Matt Ryan or Andy Dalton going to a team like the Colts and having them in the playoffs. Like Phillip Rivers is fucking trash.
He's trash.
Phillip Rivers sucks, dude.
He's trash.
He washed.
He's washed.
He got washed. Yeah.
It's like Andy Dalton could take the Colts to the playoffs. Like
he could take
Matt Ryan could take the Colts to the playoffs.
Well, you said,
do something.
No way.
For sure, bro. The Colts have a good team. The Colts have a good team. They have a good defense, and all you gotta do is just throw to your receivers. Like
Matt Ryan, fucking Phillip Rivers lost in the game blatantly. Throws the dumbest pass in the world.
Yeah, he got them a safety, bro. He got them a safety.
It was horrific. He's so bad.
He single-handedly cost him the game. Yeah.
Yeah, like he's trash.
Matt
They ain't gonna give Cam Newton money.
Matt Ryan just fell all the way off, though, bro. I would say, honestly.
I still got him. He fell off, but I still got him over Phillip Rivers.
Yeah,
for
sure. Matt Ryan, like they're. I mean, they put up points. They put up yards.
They put up points. Yeah.
They put up yards. He those for. The only way
they should have beat the Cowboys.
The ball.
They should have beat the Bears. They blow every lead.
Yeah, they blow every lead too.
That's cool.
Okay. That's a lot about the quarterback.
Right. That's what I'm saying. They 0-5. You like Matt Ryan ain't trash. What? That's crazy.
I mean, bro. I'm just saying. Look at the numbers. Like just because
they are,
he still put up numbers. Like Matt Ryan's not trash.
That's the well, you the same guy. I think 4,000 yards is good right now. So we can't.
Yeah, right.
You're not gonna get that.
Y'all bugging when you saying that. Like, what?
All right. Next topic, man. All right. Let's see another quarterback who likes to come back. Russell Wilson. Is he the most clutch quarterback maybe you ever seen, or at least right now? Let's start with Tobi. What do you think?
Okay, he's not the clutch quarterback I ever seen in my life because I've seen Tom Brady. Okay, so I'm not gonna disrespect Tom Brady. Tom Brady, when the clock is on the line, when he was in his prime on the Patriots, he's gonna drive you down and get you a field goal. Russell Wilson is that right now. You know what I'm saying? He takes a team that has no defense. All they have to do is get throughout the game, right? All they have to do is get one or two major stops, okay? And he will help you win the game, you know what I'm saying? So he drove them down on the Vikings, and he helped them win the game. So he's the most clutch quarterback today in our game. He's the most clutch quarterback in our game.
Jeff?
Nah, he's not the most clutch quarterback in our game. Come on, man. Like how far down was Patrick Mahomes in the 2 playoff games? Like every game in the playoffs last year and came back. This
He
year
was
he was
better.
down the first couple games and came back. Like Russell Wilson it's bad that he's having to come back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because that defense is terrible.
It is bad.
So that'll flame out at some point. He'll catch an L or two there trying to come back at the end of the game. Instead of being good in the beginning, which baffles me. But most clutch ever, no, nah, he not even more clutch than Mahomes, man, or Aaron Rodgers. Like, I'm not going to just counterpult him up to the front of these guys, because he had 2 5 touchdown games. Like, no, he in pecking order.
Okay, Jordan, what you think about Russell and his clutch play?
I definitely think he's clutch, but I wouldn't say he's the number one like clutch quarterback in the NFL. I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
The reason I say that is because there's other guys that are still playing in this league that have numerously been clutch, like moment after moment, and we don't even have to question it. Like Brady, Rodgers,
Rodgers,
Ben Roethlisberger.
That was a bittersweet one. He can't beat that.
Ben Roethlisberger, you feel me? I mean, Pat Mahomes is clutch too, and Russell Wilson is definitely clutch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would take all of them in the clutch before I would want Drew Brees. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I'll take all 4 of them in the clutch. I'll take all of them guys in the clutch before I take Drew Brees. So I wouldn't say Russell Wilson is the top guy, but he's definitely one of those guys.
Ravi, what do you think?
Maybe right now, if I had to pick one, probably Russell. But I mean, Aaron Rodgers, that man was methodical with 2 minutes left on. If he had the ball with 2 minutes left on the clock, that one possession, you knew you were gonna lose the game.
And he would throw a Hail Mary.
Yeah, like
and he had a 50-50 shot that if he throws a Hail Mary, you're gonna lose the game.
Hey.
And don't get me wrong, like Russell Wilson has done it though. Like Russell Wilson has definitely done it. Like we've seen it, but not like those other guys. Like not like those other guys have done it numerous of times, and done it in bigger games too, and on bigger stages.
I don't know, man. Russell kind of feared right now with the ball with 2 minutes left. Like,
yeah,
don't want to see.
I mean, that's just what he does, though. I mean, is it even like he's elite from kickoff to the zeros on the clock.
You gotta understand, he has no defense. Okay, so he's basically one of his teams to victories at this point.
I mean, bro.
They have no defense, bro.
And the run game ain't that great either, to be honest with you.
They don't have no run game. They lost their running back.
Carson.
They lost Carson. He's back? He's back yet?
He's coming back. I think it's a questionable. I don't know.
Yeah, he's coming back. He's literally winning that team. You know what I'm saying? So
not the most clutch in the NFL, in my opinion.
But how about Metcalf, like being unguardable, like no matter what they did? Like
that last show, Mike, remember? Like, yo, that dude is a beast.
Oh,
yo, Usman got him on fantasy. Usman got Metcalf on fantasy, and he got somebody else.
Oh wow!
Like wow, that's crazy. That's why he's unbeatable.
Oh, that's your boy? Okay.
Yeah,
Usman, I know who
he got Metcalf.
Eagles really big J Jaw.
He got Metcalf and Adam Thielen.
Oh wow!
That's what it is.
Metcalf would be in clutch.
And Jared Goff be having games.
I mean, to be honest, like
he picked up Goff too. Goff was out there the first 2nd week. He picked him up. I don't know who he drafted.
The thing was
he got Ben Roethlisberger and Cam Newton on the bench.
Oh wow!
Another thing on Russell Wilson, even on the Minnesota game, like that comeback was nice, but like the Vikings blew that game as well. Like,
they did. They went for it on 4th down. They went for it on 4th down.
Yeah, like they definitely blew that game.
That's about being clutch, bro. You can't give him no air. You can't give him no breathing room.
No. I agree. I agree with you for sure. But they made one. Like I mean, I feel you on that, but I don't know. Like, come on, Brady, 28-3.
Okay.
28. You know what I'm saying?
We already know Brady's over the hill. Like he's not in this new batch of candy out right now.
Yeah. He's awful.
If Russell Wilson is in that batch of candy, which he belongs in it, rightfully so. But to be more clutch than the other guys, I just don't see it. So,
all right, moving on forward to the next topic. Moving on forward, the Browns are 4-1, and that surprised the hell out of me and whatnot. But do we believe in them now? Can they keep winning? Go to the playoffs? Jeff, how about you start this time?
Can they go to the playoffs? It's tough. No, no, because that division's already given up 2 people anyway. They
7
might play
teams this
well,
year.
but I mean that's 4 losses against those two. Did they beat the Steelers or the Ravens yet?
Nah.
No, that's 4 losses automatically on the calendar for you, because I don't think they're better than either one of those teams. And I think they play each other this week, Pittsburgh and Cleveland. So it'll actually be a testament to what I'm saying. So, but no, I don't think they get into the playoffs. 8-8 is probably good. I just don't believe in Brady. I just don't believe in Baker. Like he just trash to me, kind of like he had a lot of hype because he got that attitude, that bravado, but he's not really that great. And Odell Beckham ain't getting his numbers because the quarterback ain't that good, and then the organization is just terrible. But go Kareem Hunt.
Shake and bake.
They put up numbers.
They do. Drew, what do you think about the Browns being 4-1? And can they keep winning or not?
So I actually have to disagree with you on that, Jeff, because I honestly look at them and I'm like, I like what they do because they finally found an identity and they have a good formula. They're the #1 rushing team in the league. They're 12th in defense and they're 3rd in turnovers. So when you can do all 3 of those things, well, you can beat anybody on any given Sunday. So I think Baker's starting to literally warm up. He don't got to throw the ball 25 times, 30 times. He could throw the ball 15 times, 20 times because they're gonna move the sticks with Kareem Hunt or Chubb. Wait till they get back, and then they found a way to even use Hunt in the passing game too. So I like them. They put up points against the Colts. Colts #1 defense. They gave up for
going
points, but they
into
came
it,
through
but
in the
the
clutch.
Colts looked normal when they came out of that one.
Huh?
Colts looked kind of normal when they came out of that one. You know what I'm
Phillip
saying?
Rivers.
I mean, the Browns are on the roll.
Phillip Rivers. That was Phillip
Yeah,
Rivers.
Phillip Rivers sucks, but they have that when you can do all like that's the perfect.
They have a
formula.
good defense.
Well, the Browns have the perfect formula, so they can keep going. Because when you can do that, control the clock, you put the pressure on the offense. Offense start playing the way you want them to. They start throwing the ball. They got pass rushers. They got Garrett. Garrett is a monster. Wreck shit. So when they can do that, they can beat anybody.
We'll see.
Ravi, what do you think about the Browns and their 4-1 start?
Yeah, I think they definitely can make the playoffs. Maybe even want to sneak a game out of there. Hell, they could even win the division. Odell's healthy this year. He's been playing well. He's still not. He's still not like what he used to be, but he's getting there. He's getting healthy. He looks like mobile. Jarvis Landry's been playing okay. They have good star players on both sides of the ball. So I don't see why not. And I honestly think they're better than the Steelers.
Wow.
All right, Tobi.
Look, they gonna get them a run for their money. It's gonna be a game next week. It's gonna be a game.
Listen.
This week, and I think the Steelers gonna smash them.
The Steelers gonna smash them. We're gonna see.
I mean, because
we're gonna see.
It's the Browns. The Steelers looked dominant last week.
Nah, we're gonna see. Nah, I feel you. I feel
coming off the bye.
I feel what you're saying.
And their defense ain't no barbecue chicken either.
But look, the Steelers better not play like they played against the Eagles, or they're gonna lose.
They're not. This is what you
don't
gotta understand.
Points. I'm confused.
This is what you got. We still put up points.
The Browns put up points running the ball.
All right, Tobi, let me get your thoughts on that and the Browns.
Okay, the Browns are a good team. There's a lot of playoff teams that's gonna get in now. Isn't it like 7 teams now?
Right? Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
So I feel like the way it's looking right now, the Patriots aren't gonna get in. You know why? Because that COVID game, I don't know what's going on with the COVID shit. That might affect them for a couple games. The Browns, the Steelers, and the Ravens are going to get into the playoffs. Okay, because I remember a couple years ago, the Cincinnati Bengals, the Steelers, and the Ravens got to the playoffs. So this is going to be another year where all 3 of them get into the playoffs, okay? Yeah. Let me tell you why we're going to beat the Browns, okay? Y'all sleeping. I was watching the Indianapolis game. First of all, Phillip Rivers sucks. He's not good anymore. He gets scared in the pocket. He throws too many easy picks, and we had the defensive line that could get access to Baker. They can have their running game, you know what I'm saying? But you have to be able to throw off the play action. And I feel like when it comes to the play action, we are going to get there. We're going to get to Baker.
Y'all better really get there because
We
Odell
will
going
get there. You'll
sit on
see.
Joe.
We're gonna
Odell
beat
going
them.
sit
You
on
know what I
Joey.
feel like? Even if we lose this Sunday, right? I feel like we're gonna split. We're gonna split with the Browns, and we're gonna split with the Ravens. We're not losing
sure.
to both of them
For
each
sure,
game.
I agree.
We're gonna, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna split with each of them. You know what I'm saying? So the division games, I feel like we're gonna beat the Cincinnati Bengals both times. We're gonna split with the other teams. The games that's not in the division are the ones that matter. You know what I'm saying? Because we have to be able to beat the teams that's on division. And so far, we all beat the teams. We beat the Eagles. We beat the Giants. Cowboys.
And Toby always bringing up the
The
Eagles,
Ravens.
man.
The Ravens beat the Cowboys. Not the Ravens. The Cleveland Browns beat the Cowboys. The Ravens are playing the Eagles this week. I'm rooting for the Eagles this week. You know what I'm saying? Somehow, some way, let's pray to God they pull up a miracle. But these are the games that really matter because we are going to split the other games, the division games. You know what I'm saying? So,
Steelers should not lose to the
Browns are
Browns.
going to be a good team. I believe they're going to make the playoffs because all three of us are going to make the playoffs. We're all like either one loss or undefeated.
Right, because y'all all play the same teams. They're going to beat all them same teams.
Exactly.
The Browns are going to beat all these other teams as well.
Come on, they're going to beat the
Steelers and the
Jets. They're
Ravens
going to
play,
beat the
except for
Redskins.
But Jeff don't agree
yeah.
with that. I
Mhm.
guess.
Not no 3 teams, no. Not in that division. The Browns ain't gonna do it. They can't. You got to think about the NFC, the AFC North, which is who? That's
It's the
y'all.
Browns. That's them. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I don't know. The Patriots might get in, man. Like, and the Bills. We might be looking at 2 of them getting in too. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, right now I can see Cleveland getting over. I can see Cleveland maybe getting over on the Patriots. Like, I can see that, but we got to see how they come back from all this COVID shit, right? We got to see
Yo,
if
just
Cam
saying
can
the
stay
defense
healthy and all that shit.
spectacular last week. Ain't nothing wrong. We just put Cam back in there. I'm
But
gonna say,
yeah, for sure, But he's got to stay healthy. We're seeing a lot of injuries now. He's got to stay healthy.
You got to stay healthy.
All right. Well, speaking of keeping it to the AFC, how about the game last night and Justin Herbert and stuff? And what y'all thoughts of him? Do you think Tyrod ever gets the job back now? Well, now, Jordan, what do you think?
Nah, man, that ship is sailed. I feel bad for him because this happens to him everywhere he goes. But and then the thing is, like, he didn't do it to himself though. This time, you feel me? The doctor, you know what I'm saying, messed him up. But all the other times, he's folded. I hate to throw shade on him, but he's nothing. I mean, he's not that great. So Justin Herbert is electric. He can sling it for real, and he can move out the pocket. I just hope his 2 receivers can stay healthy for him because those guys get injuries. You see, Keenan Allen went out for that game. Mike Williams, you feel me? Mike Williams is nice. They got a nice tight end, but he drops some passes. The offensive line is kind of shaky. So we'll see. But they got to build around him because he's the deal. He's for real. If Mike Williams extends that pass, if Mike Williams extends that ball when he catches it, it's a first down. They probably can kick a field goal and win the game. He threw that thing that thing come out his hands like that thing coming out. He's slinging it, so he's nice.
All right, Rob, what do you think about Justin and the team?
I feel bad for Tyrod. I know Anthony Lynn announced that Tyrod's out now, but dude, Herbert is nice. This dude, like, he barely moves his arm, like flicks his wrist, the ball goes down like 50 yards. Seems like he throws the ball. He's accurate. He can move. Like, nice. Monday night's game was awesome. He was electric, and he delivered. They should have won. That's a horribly unfortunate loss, but it happens. And
what are you gonna do? Jeff, what do you think of Herbert? Looking at him.
Yeah, he's good. Got that prototype, man. 6'4", nice arm. You know what I'm saying? Got a cannon. I don't think it's this year. He's gonna light it up this year, but they just won't win games because they don't know how to and they can't stay healthy. Eckler is out now. Allen's out. Williams look a little banged up. So then you're gonna have him in there with barbecue chicken, and I don't think they're gonna make any noise. They weren't gonna make any noise anyway because Tyrod Tyler is mediocre at best. It's not like he turns.
It's almost like he got sabotaged for Herbert to come in a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say fate, but if you want to use sabotage, knock yourself out. So but Herbert is good. Herbert is good. He come from what, Oregon? Like I said, he got that big quarterback prototype, and they got the weapons around them. That just health wise, they are the Chargers.
Okay. Their defense all right. Their defense all right though. They missing a couple key pieces, but their defense all right too.
They healthy. It's the Chargers.
Yeah.
And Atlanta's defensive coach, right? That's what he do. Yeah.
I like him. He's a good coach.
Yeah. What do you think, Toby, about Herbert and Tyrod? What happened?
Tyrod was never going to get his job back. The minute he gave it up, it was a wrap. Because you got to understand, the same thing with Ryan Fitzpatrick. If he ever gives his job up to Tua, it's over. You know what I'm saying? You got to go with go with your future. Tyrod's not a bad backup, but, the fact that he got injured by his backup. Yeah, he's not a bad backup. The fact that shit happened to him, it was like, it's basically fate. And Justin Herbert is nice. He's showing that he has great attributes. You know what I'm saying? He could throw the ball easily. He could fling it down the field. He's reading defenses early. So when they finally figure him out, I feel like he'll be able to, study film and be able to see that where his weaknesses are and then improve from that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so he has a great future in front of him. I'm happy that he's doing good. Of course, they're not going to win games because they don't know how to close out games. They're a young team. He's a young quarterback, but he still has a long way to go. He's a great quarterback. Tyrod's not getting his job back.
All right, moving on forward, man. Our guy, Saint Nicky Foles, clutch again. We were talking about this the other day a little bit in our chat, but the Bears are now 4-1. So to bring it to the show, Jeff, you think they can make the playoffs with Saint Nick?
Yeah. I think they definitely have a good chance. They got a number one receiver, Allen Robinson II. They got some other receivers that work. They got Jimmy Graham. I know he's not Jimmy Graham of old, but he brings that knowledge and the game.
Still a beast, though.
Yeah, he's still a beast in the red zone, giving the ball.
Yeah.
Nick Foles is Nick Foles, man. Like, you give Nick Foles something to work with, and he'll make something happen, man. I tend to think, like, the Eagles definitely should have kept Nick Foles because he gave them a chance to compete for a championship every single season. And instead they kept Wentz, and they can't get off the ground. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Always back to the Eagles. Robbie's right.
Always does. Like, how do you keep Nick Foles, and just give him a nice contract for a couple years and just let him be the man, and hell, sit Wentz down even longer. Aaron Rodgers sat down 4 years. So, but the Chicago Bears, I like that team, man.
All right, you like that team? What do you think about Nick on the Bears, Toby?
Nick on the Bears is definitely a good move. I was thinking they should have made that move with Cam. You know what I'm saying? If they made that move with Cam, they would be so much more dangerous because they'd be versatile, the pass and the run.
Nah, man.
Man,
Trubisky, you think Cam's better than Nick Foles?
What's wrong with you?
Listen, Trubisky was horrible. Anybody is better than Trubisky. You know what I'm saying? Anybody. Nick Foles or Cam Newton. So, when it comes to the Bears, do I think they're gonna make the playoffs? I'm not sure yet. They might make it. I feel like Minnesota might challenge them. You know what I'm saying? Minnesota isn't great, but I feel like when they play Minnesota, they could lose to Minnesota still. So I don't know if they're gonna go to the playoffs yet, but it's a great story. I'm not guaranteeing them the playoffs, though. I feel like they can still make the playoffs because
But they can make it, though. You think?
It's a possibility, but you got to understand. Like, let's think about the NFC West. You got you still got the 49ers, you still got the Rams, and you still got. To me, those teams, all of those teams, are equal or better than the Bears. Equal or better, meaning they could lose to them any Sunday, but they could beat them any Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So the West, the NFC is still crazy. I don't know if they're gonna make the playoffs or not.
All right, Rob, what do you think about the Bears 4-1 and your boy old Nick Foles being clutch again?
Dude, I think you're right. As crazy as it sounds, Jeff might be right there. I think, listen, the guy, he was, and let's not understate this, he was awful in the beginning of the game. I mean, like, I think you could have thrown me in there. I would have played as well. But when the pressure's on, the guy delivers. Well, you throw a little bit of pressure on this dude, and he's just like money.
Yeah.
But they're 4-1. That's all that matters. And
Yeah.
I think they absolutely could make the playoffs. And if Nick Foles is in the playoffs, hell, they can make a run at the Super Bowl.
They have a good defense, yeah.
If you get him on
But
the road,
I gotta just call out the 49ers are awful, man. They're awful.
It was one game, bro. It was
Super
one
Bowl
game.
hangover.
Super Bowl, you're right. Super Bowl hangover,
Yeah.
but I don't think they're gonna lose this week coming up.
I think 6-10 or something.
But they had a lot of injuries though for the Niners too.
Yeah.
All right, Jordan, you were the only skeptic about the Bears, so give me your thoughts here.
I mean, they're 4-1. I mean, they might sneak into the playoffs. You look at them on defense; they're at the bottom. They're in the bottom half. You feel me? Of the league in defense. You feel me? Against Tampa Bay, like if you really look at the game, Tampa Bay was sloppy. They didn't play discipline. They had turnovers. Feel me? If Tampa Bay doesn't have those mistakes, they win the game. We're not even sitting and really having this conversation. I'm not gonna buy stock into them going against the winning, try to win in the playoffs because they would have to see, maybe Russell Wilson, Jared Goff, Tom Brady, Drew Brees. I'm gonna put my money on all of them before I put it on Nick Foles. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just
hold you.
saying, though, they on a hot run, and you know what? Because they starting off so hot, they might that jump out in front of everybody might be really beneficial for them because it's a first round buy or something, and you got to come to Chicago. Oh, Nick Foles probably can take anybody.
Yeah, but it's just gonna be cold. Ain't nobody gonna be there. It's just gonna be cold. You know
but of all the quarterbacks I've known, Nick Foles is okay in cold weather.
How could you not trust Nick Foles at this point, Jordan? Like I don't understand.
I mean, you feel me? Look, because like Tampa Bay, it's more about Tampa Bay losing that game. Like, yeah, like he came through in the clutch for them, but if Tampa Bay don't make some mistakes that they make, they win the game. And it's time. I'm gonna put my money on Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers before I do it for Nick Foles. I've seen him. He did it against, like, when you really go look at what he did with the Eagles, man. Like, me and Ravi see this shit. Like, he had the best games of his life in the games that mattered, which is like so great about him, is when it matters he can deliver. But I don't see him being able to deliver over Rodgers, Wilson, Drew Brees, and their teams. Their defense is not even that good this year.
Man. I don't know.
Their defense is not that good this year. Like, their defense is not, you feel me? Their defense hasn't been the same since they were 12-4, and Nick Foles went in there and beat them in Soldier Field when they missed that kick. They defense.
So, hold on. So for Nick Foles, right, if I'm throwing fish in a bucket, I want Nick Foles throwing fish in a bucket for me.
I feel what you're saying.
Like, if there's something with a slim chance that really like a miracle,
yeah,
I would say Nick.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I just
Bears' best chance at winning the chip is Nick Foles.
Yes.
He better.
Like, they could have Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers, and I would still think Nick Foles has a better chance of winning the Super Bowl with them.
He's magic, man.
Yeah,
George's face. I love it.
Magic.
Aaron Rodgers, though.
Aaron Rodgers, but the expectation is so high. When Nick Foles is so unknown, and he always beats the unknown.
That's fine though, but in December, I think the Packers and the Buccaneers are going to be better than the Bears on both sides of the ball.
We'll see. Moving on forward, man, since you're already talking about the Eagles, and they always come up. Now we got to talk about the Eagles, and the Eagles lost again and whatnot. And I'm going to let Jordan start with this. What's the issue right now, man? Let me know. What's going on?
So, I don't even there's 3 ways you lose football games. There's coaching, discipline, turnovers. Turnovers are assignment. I mean, discipline is assignment football, executing penalty-free football. Wentz throws a key interception in the third quarter. They overcome that, right? Mm-hmm. They go for the field goal when it was 29-32, when it was 29-31, or what? What the fuck? I can't remember what the
Yeah,
hell.
29-31. They missed
It,
it.
they missed the field goal, right, Ravi?
Yeah.
Put yourself in a position. You feel me? To go win. You missed the fucking field goal, so why didn't you go for it? If you go for it, it is what it is. You lose either way. If you go for it, you put yourself more in a chance to go downfield and win and fucking win the game. So coaching, I mean, like
29-31, they hit the field goal.
they went for the field goal,
and
they missed it. It was like how long was it? It was like 57, right? It was like 57.
Yeah, it was. No, I think it was like 52. I think only
52. Yeah, and they went for the field goal.
It was surprising that he missed it. It was surprising. Jake Elliott's usually money,
but it was like what, 4th and 5,
something like that. Yeah,
it was like 4th and 5. So I'm like, if you miss it, there was still time on the clock. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
so,
yeah, there's plenty of time.
There was still time on the clock. The quarterback, he already had 2 interceptions.
Nah, I mean,
saying like they don't trust.
That's what I'm saying.
They don't trust Wentz. Like, and
that's what I'm saying.
Don't trust himself.
He does those 3 things. Those 3 things lost us the game. You can't do all 3 of those things. You can't have turnovers and have penalties and then make a mistake coaching and expect to win a game. You feel me? And especially against the Steelers. So they didn't do any 3 of those things well. So they lost, which they never do.
Ravi, what do you think the biggest problem is right now?
I mean, there's so many. I mean, they have no skill position players. I actually don't think Wentz was as bad this week than he was like the first 3 weeks. That's not saying that he's anywhere near the level he needs to be at, but he was like, I was calling for him to be benched. But I mean, a dude named Chase Claypool had 4 touchdowns, and it should have been 5, honestly. Like, what the hell are they doing? Their defense is awful, out of sync. For a defense that doesn't use linebackers that much, it's like the linebackers are singled out every single play. Nate Gary might be the worst linebacker in the league, I think. Exactly.
They like, actually, if you look at them, like, statistically, they're in the top half in defense. They give up big plays. They give up big plays, and their linebackers do suck. But they give up enormous big plays, like especially when it matters. Like,
how do you rate the cornerbacks?
I mean, trash. You saw what I put in the chat.
The cornerbacks are trash, the linebackers trash, the quarterback trash, and the receivers kind of trash.
I mean, yeah, that's a big shit.
Yeah,
the big shit storm. Big shit.
That's too much trash to be. But hey, they made it a game. That's why I'm not that impressed with the Steelers. Listen, man, Steelers opponents combined wins are 2.
Yo, I mean, I picked the Eagles from an upset last week in our pick live segment. I was like, wow, that was a terrible take. Like,
terrible take.
Hey, we're alive. We have a chance to make the playoffs, which is can never be too upset about that.
What do you think their problem is, Jeff, when you watch them?
The Eagles, they just bad, really. It's just the defense is bad on the back end. The defense is bad on linebackers. The D line ain't really playing effective. You know what I'm saying? And on offense, I mean, as much you just Wentz is just not the Wentz of old. I'll say that. So we'll see who they got next. Baltimore.
Hold that L. They can hold that L already.
Hold that L right now on the show. Right here you go.
The crazy thing is, they had, like, going into the Steelers game, I see them having a better chance against the Ravens than the Steelers.
There you go.
I'm not even, it's not even that, bro. Like, what we were able to do to the Steelers, you feel me? Like, you feel me? Ben was slinging it around. Like, if we could control all that running around shit for Lamar, then you better be able to do some.
Well, what linebacker? You just said they trash.
he better be able to throw. He better be throwing the rock. Then he better be on point. Then, feel me?
You just said the linebacker's trash. That's who normally tries to.
It doesn't matter if he's not accurate. If he's not accurate with the football, if we get pressure on him, don't matter.
Y'all not beating the Ravens, bro. You know that.
No,
Yeah, well, I'm just giving you the case. You feel me? I'm giving you the case of what they need to do. Because if they can play like that against the Steelers, they should be able to play like that against the Ravens. So don't sit. No, you can't
Played
sit there
like
and
what?
say
They gave up 38 points.
it don't matter. They had a chance to win the game, bro. If they can lose those, if they can not make those mistakes that they did, what you mean we win the game? Come on, man.
It's come down to that. They had a chance to win the game.
Man. But they shouldn't. Shit happens.
By a long shot.
Hey, well, just to let you know, Jordan, I saw this last week. Lamar only had 3 yards on Sunday rushing, and they still won 27-3. So he don't have to rush for them to win the game. Just to let you know.
like got all these receivers and stuff. Hollywood Brown. Yeah, he go to Hollywood.
The Redskins defense is better than the Eagles defense.
The Redskins defense is legit, bro.
It was Cincinnati. Who held y'all to a tie, but not even that.
They played Cincinnati. Oh, yeah, they played Cincinnati. I mean, that's fine.
Just to a tie.
They put up.
But it's not even that, bro. Lamar had 2 rushing attempts. Like he don't need to run the ball.
They don't even look that great. They didn't even look that great.
They don't look that great
against Cincinnati. They didn't even look that great. So come on, it's still Cincinnati.
27 points is more than what y'all.
They had a defensive touchdown.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm just saying he don't got to run the ball. That's my point, though. He don't have to run the ball for them to win. That's all I'm saying. And whatnot. So, but Tobi, what are your thoughts on the Eagles and their problems and stuff like that?
All right. This my last session real quick.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. So I'm gonna talk about the Eagles and I'm gonna talk about the Steelers because they played each other.
Right.
The Eagles are okay. You know, their defense. The Steelers didn't have any passing. Our coverage sucks. We have no corners. We always had no corners, and we have the one safety in what's his name? Fitzgerald? Fitzpatrick.
Oh, Minka.
That's the only guy we got. Yeah, everybody else is fucking.
I got Joe Hayden.
He's fucking washed. Stop it. He's fucking washed. He is fucking washed. He can't cover anybody. So that's why that nigga, what's the name of our wide receiver that was shitting?
Fulgham.
He was fucking killing, bro. He was
Randy Moss.
Open. He's not doing that against the Ravens. I'm telling you, the Ravens have a better secondary.
I mean, yeah, for sure.
So he's not doing it against the Ravens. But when it comes to the Patriots, not the Patriots, the Eagles have they unlocked something. I feel like they gained some confidence last week. You know what I'm saying? Like with their passing attack and their running attack. They have a number 1 wide receiver right now without Deshaun Jackson and Fulgham. They're not beating the Ravens because the Ravens are gonna lock them down with their coverage. You know what I'm saying? They have corners. They can actually stop them. So not being. But going forward, the Ravens, the Eagles could do something. With their quarterback. So in the day, the Ravens fucking suck. Not the Ravens. The Ravens do suck, but so do the Eagles. The Eagles fucking suck. They're horrible. Let me quickly give my top 5 since I'm about to be out.
Go ahead, bro.
Teams, top 5. I'm gonna give my quick because I know I'm skipping over a topic.
No, it's fine. You're fine. Go ahead.
Since the Chiefs lost, I'm gonna drop the Chiefs. Okay, I'm gonna drop them down a little bit. I got the Packers at number 1, Steelers at number 2, Chiefs at number 3, 4 Seahawks, and 5 Ravens. That's the top 5 teams in the NFL.
All right. So we appreciate it, man. You have a good one.
All right.
Well, yeah.
Have a good night.
See you next week.
Cool.
Eagles fucking suck. All right.
Later,
bro. Peace. All right. With all that being said, man, at what point will it be better for y'all to just kind of lose for a higher pick? Whatnot you think for the Eagles?
Yeah,
I don't know if we're just there yet. I mean, like they still have the ability to make the playoffs.
No, they need to. I think they need. This would be a good year. This would be a good year.
I mean, regardless, they need to get rid of the certain players that they have, regardless whether they go to the playoffs or not, whether they lose games.
I think it's Howie's time to go too. He's missed on every draft pick.
Yeah, it might be definitely his time. Yeah, I mean, he's
what, he executive of the year like 2 years ago. Like
you can't say every draft
4 now.
But more recently, it's been a miss. Miles Sanders
Yeah.
was
2 weeks
good.
ago.
Miles Sanders is good. Yeah.
Miles Sanders was good. Dallas Goedert was good, but fucking
Apparently,
the
Sidney
corners-
Jones was good. He drafted Sidney Jones.
Yeah,
So
they gave up on him. They gave up on
he
him.
still
Nah,
drafted
they
him.
gave him 4 years. They gave him 4 years.
I mean,
Come on.
yeah, but I mean,
NFL,
yeah,
you're not getting more than 4 years on one team if you're
yeah,
that bad.
man, that's for sure. But they gave up on him still. Look what
He
he's
was a
doing.
free
against
agent.
them.
Like they didn't. It's not like they traded him.
They picked
But
the
yeah, I
wrong
mean,
fucking.
they
They
picked
picked the wrong
JJ or-
guys. Clearly, they picked the
Yeah,
wrong guy to give up
JJ.
on.
I
You
agree.
feel
I
me?
understand.
They picked JJ. We clearly had
That was a miss. Terrible.
we had so many needs, and they drafted Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Who our third round pick that I forget his name right now, the linebacker hasn't
He
even
hasn't
played a
touched
snap
the
yet.
field, right?
Yeah.
So
Like-
exactly.
well,
and if he's that, like, how bad can he be if Nate Gary is still on the field?
well, the problem is that you
And it was
can't
a
do
third round
both.
pick.
You can't pay Wentz and draft Hurts. You got to do one or the other. And I feel like they did both. So that's what the problem is.
Yeah.
Or whatever. So now you got this guy
And
who
then they
making
don't.
all this
Yeah,
money.
and they're not all in on their quarterback. If
Right.
you're gonna pay him that money, you got to be all in. So I mean,
Yeah, one or the other. Even his on-field decisions by Dougie P, you know, some of the decisions he make,
Yeah.
he don't trust Wentz
Yeah.
or whatever like that. And that's a problem. So you got to do one or the other.
What Wynn's problem is it might be in his head.
It's in his head for sure. Yeah, because I
Yeah.
will say
100%.
he would have
Yeah.
never thought. He got 6 TDs and 9 picks. Like he was never throwing picks like this or whatever. Like that's crazy.
Oh,
He
Yo,
never
yo,
thrown more
Jeff.
than 9 in a season.
Jeff,
I
the
know.
crazy thing is, I was saying that shit to myself the other day when after I watched the game. I'm like, yo, it's something like his body language is off. Like it's something in his head, and like at that position, like he has like the athletic ability. Like it's 80% physical. I mean, it's 80% mental. For me, 20% physical. So if your head's not right, you feel me? Then you're not going to be able to show your talents if your head is not right, because he has the talent to do whatever he wants to do.
maybe he's like
on
the
the
next
field.
Alex Smith.
I hope
Nah,
not.
Alex
I hope
Smith
not.
was athletic. Alex Smith was
Nah,
never
I think
like
Alex Smith had
time slinging the ball. Wentz ain't that dude either.
Wentz has more talent than Alex Smith.
As I'm thinking about it, like, you know, Wentz is not really that high volume slinger without errors, and neither
Alex was more clutch though. Alex made plays when he had to.
Oh wow!
Carson
That's-
Wentz
Alex wasn't a slinger though. Not
Yeah.
No,
like
he wasn't
that.
a slinger, but I mean, but he made plays when he had to. He wasn't a slinger at all.
But
no.
Carson
No,
Wentz
he
has
wasn't.
a
I'm
lot
saying
more
Wentz is
talent.
supposed to be. Like they want to
Yeah,
make
yeah.
Wentz the
Bro.
slinger, and maybe you only need to throw him the ball or have him throw the ball between like 15 and 25.
Nah, bro. Wentz has way more Wentz has way more talent than Alex Smith ever had. That's you can't say that, bro. What?
Yeah, but it's about winning games, bro. Alex Smith
No,
won
I
games.
get that. No, I
Yeah.
get that, but that's why I'm saying like it's got to be something mental in his head, because like if your mental's not right, you're not going to be able to, like, your talents aren't going to show if your mental's not right. If you out there making mistakes and you don't know where to throw the football,
Yeah.
we can see him throw the football. He can throw the ball.
How
He can sling it.
many years did he display this talent you talking about?
Bro, his rookie year, first of all, his rookie year, they came out 3-1. They were shitting.
Bro, he
They
was
ended up being
14
bad.
touchdowns,
And then he
16
got
picks.
hurt. The next year,
Like-
they go to the Super Bowl, he gets hurt. He has the talent. Don't sit there and say like you
Just
haven't
say
seen
how many
his
consecutive
talent.
seasons.
It hasn't been. That's the obvious, though, bro. Like obviously, yeah, like it hasn't been consistent. But you can't ignore the fact that it's been seen. You can't ignore the fact that 3 years ago he was an MVP candidate. That's why they keep saying this, because you can't ignore it, because he has the talent. But when
Bro,
his shit ain't
last
right
year
up
you were
here,
saying 2 years
he's not
ago.
doing
Now you're
that
saying
shit.
3 years ago.
I
That's
mean,
what you were saying 4
'cause
years
I'm-
ago.
Yeah, bro, because I love my team, bro.
right?
I love my team.
Huh?
17,
I love my team.
17.
17
Huh?
season, yeah. But I mean, his rookie season, he was 14 picks, 14 touchdowns, 16 picks. He wasn't great. But
No, but he showed flashes, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like,
All right, that's cool. He
and then his
needs to
next
show
year, he comes back
flashes
having
more.
an MVP year and gets hurt. You feel what I'm saying? Right.
honestly, I don't think they should have gave him the money that early. But that's just my opinion. But
I
know,
agree.
We'll see. We'll
I
see how it
agree.
goes. But moving on forward, man, to other teams. So we got the Titans and the Bills, who were fresh off the game last night. Now the Bills did lose, who's Jeff's sleeper pick to make some noise. But you know, even though the Bills lost, which team do you trust more? You know, going down the stretch here, Jeff, what do you think? So,
I trust the Titans more.
okay.
I think they got the formula. They got the defensive line. They got Clowney. Remember, they picked him up low key.
Yeah.
They got Butler, and I would say Butler is a number one corner. So with his experience and his resume, I would say he's the number one corner. Then you got other good parts, but then you got the running back. See, it's interesting, right? How Ryan Tannehill was garbage in Miami, right? Because they ain't have a defense and a great running game around him. They just wanted him to be a pure pocket passer, but he was too young. So he come to Tennessee now. You know, they got a solid running game, a good defense, and even though he out there throwing, he got protection, he got options. So his true talent is starting to blossom. It's crazy because him and Josh Allen, I'm telling you, they the future of the big lanky quarterbacks that's out there. Like they the ones coming up now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the big, tall, big arm, maybe athletic, Ben Roethlisberger-esque type body. You know what I'm saying? And I think those two are good, but I think that Buffalo defense is starting to crack on the shell, honestly, because they gave up how many points to they had to come back that
40?
one game before they beat us, the breaks off of us. And then this game they gave up 42. So I don't really know like what's going on with the defense, but the Titans, I trust them a lot more. You know, the coach has that New England Patriot pedigree, so
All right, Robbie, who would you trust more going? Titans or Bills?
I think the Titans. I mean, I think Derrick Henry is top 3 back in the league. That stiff arm on Norman was insane.
You know what's crazy? It was so insane. They played it all day, but it didn't even count because it was a penalty during the play or whatnot.
Yeah.
I don't think about it or whatnot.
So I mean, he threw a grown ass man. Like
I know.
I mean, I don't know if I trust Josh Allen. He's good, and people were already ready to crown him MVP. Like, he's not there. But with that being said, I got them in the division, so I see them at least 10 wins.
Yeah, Jordan, what do you think?
So when I came in, like coming into that game, I looked at Tennessee, not like believing in them because like they were last in defense. They were giving up a whole lot of points to teams, and then playing the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills have a good offense. And then you look at the game, you know what I'm saying? Like Bills had 3 turnovers, Titans had no turnovers. Bills had 10 penalties. Fucking Titans had 6. You feel what I'm saying? So like the Bills hurt themselves, but the Titans do have the formula. You feel me? So going into the rest of the year, I definitely would trust the Titans more just because they do have that formula where they can control the clock, run the ball. You know what I'm saying? Tannehill shows he can, sling it. You know what I mean? Throw it. He's accurate. He can move.
Brown too. He is
AJ Brown. Yo, but the Bills didn't have Tre'Davious White. You feel me? That hurt them a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And the Bills had some injuries on defense, but if I had to say who I'm going to trust, they definitely have the formula for the playoffs. I mean, they had a bad game. Like the Bills were due for due for one. You know what I'm saying? And Titans definitely, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely, you know what I'm saying? I did see that's what I needed to see from Tennessee. I needed to see them go up against a team like them. Feel me? And they showed me like, all right, yeah, like you feel me? They can, you feel me, be the good teams and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying?
Remember what it did to the Ravens last year in the playoffs. So you got to go back to that too. But and also I think the Bills, like I think Allen becoming too locked in on Stephon Diggs. He has 16 targets. That's fucking crazy or whatever.
That's the number 1 receiver though, Mike.
16 targets, bro. That's too many for any freak. You got to spread it around more, bro. Like,
John Brown was hurt. But but you know what they also did? Like last year, they were a top 10 rushing team. And they controlled the clock. They hit the play action because they didn't want Josh Allen to lose it for him. They came out hot. He came out slinging it, throwing for all these yards. And now they kind of went away from the running game. They're like dead last in rushing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if they got to mix it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I won't say that. They had a lot of attempts actually. They just didn't get no yards. That was a problem.
Yeah, but if you look, bro, if you look at them, like if you look at them statistically, bro, they're not like they have the number 2 like passing offense, and like they're in like the bottom 5 and like rushing.
They're trying to run. They just aren't.
They can't run the ball. Like they can't run the ball.
That's
what I'm saying. Last year they were a top 10 team, and they were able to beat teams.
Are they linked to? They're not linked to Bell, are they?
Nah, I don't believe so. Somebody did say that would be a nice place. That'd be a nice place for him.
Yeah.
Singletary is like, I don't think Singletary is a starter. I picked him up because he is their starter, but like,
Oh no, and they traded to me or not. So
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
But Le'Veon Bell right there, they could pound the rock. Like, I feel bad for him, man. Like, he should have never went to the Jets. He did that shit to himself, bro.
Yeah, he did that shit to himself. He did all the shit to himself.
He did the okey doke. He did some bullshit, yo.
I mean, he got 28 million, 15 games though. Like
Yeah, I know. That's lit.
He got
yeah.
what?
They paid him 28 million for 15 games. Jets.
I would love to see him, like, definitely. It would be nice to see him on the Chiefs or see him on the Bills for sure. But I would have wished like I could see him with like Lamar Jackson, yo, and like that running game. That would be being able to throw the ball out.
And you know what's crazy, man? Like when he stopped playing, he was the best back in the league, L. Bell. So like we never
like real shit. Like everybody wants to sleep on him, but like on the Steelers, he was definitely the best running back in the league, like without a doubt.
It's crazy. Like we never know.
At least dual threat running back.
Nah, bro, he was the best running back in the league, bro. Period. Like he was the best running back in the league, bro. Like he could run the ball 30 times and get 10 catches regular.
And he catch the ball like a receiver. Like he was a beast, man.
Yeah,
he
run routes like a receiver. Yeah, he catch the ball like a receiver.
I think
the crazy thing is, in college, he wasn't even like he was bigger. Like he was more of a bruiser in college. He lost weight when he came to the league, and like I don't know what the fuck happened. Like I
think he got caught up in his rap career. And they messed the whole thing up. But all right, moving on forward, man. It's about that time, man. Each person will give a pick, and they will give a lock of the week. Let's start with Ravi since he was out last week. So a pick and a lock.
All right, let's start with the lock. I'm gonna give the Bears over the Panthers.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I like
I
that.
think I'm trusting Nick Foles here. I know it's a risky lock, but I'm going with it. And then upset. Let's go with the Birds, man. Eagles over the Ravens.
Okay. Well, we know he just stood it out there, but okay, we'll go with that. While Jordan gets ready, how about you, Jeff? Picking a lock.
So for me, the pick is the Cardinals over the Cowboys.
Wow. Okay. All right, I got you.
Cardinals over the Cowboys. The lock is the Dolphins over the Jets.
Wait. It's an upset in the lock. So, what's your upset?
Okay. Y'all ain't say upset. Upset. Oh man, upset. Wow. I would have to go to Buffalo Bills over the Chiefs as my upset, and my lock would be the Cardinals. My lock is the Cardinals over the Cowboys. Yeah.
All right, Jordan, upset in the lock.
Yeah, my lock is definitely the Dolphins over the Jets. That's my lock. My upset is once again the Eagles over the Baltimore Ravens.
We'll do this every week and keep losing. Upset.
Every week.
Let's go.
Every week.
Every week. My lock is going to be the Chiefs over the Bills. They're not going to lose 2 in a row. I don't see it. And my upset going to be the Falcons over the Vikings, I would say. So
both teams terrible.
I mean, but Falcons 0-5. They get their first win, I say. Listen, when teams fire a coach, they win. See what happened with Houston this week. You know what I mean? That would have been a lot, actually. And like the whole offense look different now without Bill O'Brien. So I mean,
right.
Now Jordan, I'm happy I got Will Fuller because now the offense is a little different or whatever.
Yeah.
So
you cut Singletary, right?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I gotta make big changes this week.
I'm trying to Ravi. First of all, did you start Danny Dimes? I'm like, what are you doing?
He always does.
I do, yeah. Yeah. It's time. I'm keep an eye out. I'm gonna send out a lot of trades.
Ravi be like donating to the league, basically. I'm like, what's going on with that? But I'll take the dub or whatever. I was like playing around with my line this week. Like, you know what? Well, I'm winning anyway. Let me just play around a little bit.
I need Christian McCaffrey back first. That is key.
Yo, we're all missing our number 1 pick, by the way. Me,
really?
Jeff,
Tobi.
Tobi, you, everybody. Yo, it's crazy. So, but moving on forward, man. All right, so power rankings time. Jordan, 1 through 5. Let's go. What do you got?
So I actually got the Seahawks at number 1.
Okay.
I got the Packers at number 2. Two hottest quarterbacks in the league right now. Still got the Chiefs at number 3. They're still going to be the last 4 teams when it's all said and done. I'm gonna bite off you feel me, Jeff's pick right here and put the Titans at number 4 in my 4th spot, and then I'm gonna put the Ravens at number 5. Still not. I mean, the Steelers are still, you know what I'm saying, but I gotta see the Steelers versus I gotta see what the Steelers do against the Browns. We could have beat them, so I gotta see what they do against the Browns before I put them in the top 5. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Ravi, what do you got? 1 through 5 power ranking.
I'm gonna move the Chiefs down. I'll go Packers at 1. Seahawks at 2. Chiefs at 3. Steelers at 4. Titans at 5.
Okay. All right, Jeff.
So I'm gonna go Seahawks, Packers. Then I'm gonna go Chiefs, Titans, Pittsburgh.
Okay.
You like them over Baltimore?
The Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they can throw it and run it, and their defense is really, really good. Like, I don't underestimate Ben. And I think Connor and the other dude, Connor's good, man. Connor's a tough back, bro. He's
I
low.
told y'all 2 years ago he was good.
He's low. He's really good, and that complements everything Ben want to do. You got Juju, but then they exposing like the boy Claypool. Like that's another gem for Ben, a big target. He just got a lot going on. So yeah, I put the Seahawks at 1 because they came from behind, which showed me some good grit. 2 is the Packers. I can't move them. I had to move the Chiefs down to 3 because I still got the Chiefs over the Titans, but the Titans had to come up to 4 because the Bills that they beat had to fall out.
Thanks.
All right. I almost married Jeff's, but I'm gonna go same thing. Seahawks, Packers. Yeah, man. You know what? Same thing. Seahawks, Packers, Chiefs. I would go Seahawks, Packers, Chiefs, Steelers 4. Actually, I like the Steelers, and then I would go Titans 5. That's what I would go with it. So, yeah. I don't. He's something about. I don't trust Tannehill like you do, man. I just don't think at the end of the day.
I don't think.
We showed it last night, though.
The coach
He's been balling. He's been balling.
I think the coach is going to base him on. It's typical big. Mike, we've seen this for years. A dominant running back, a guy that can play really well.
Yeah,
not great.
Tannehill's not a scrub.
Tannehill's not a scrub, bro.
He's not a scrub, but if I choose him or Ben, I'm taking Ben over in that 4th spot.
Yeah, because Ben is sure. But look, Tannehill got AJ Brown is another up and coming receiver. Him, Devontae Parker with the Dolphins. Like it's a couple up and coming receivers that starting to look real good. Like, he that prototype, that TO shit, 6'5", good route running. Give me the ball in the air.
Yeah, he another Metcalf. Him and Metcalf both.
And Metcalf,
they both put on the same team. They was crazy.
Good hands, Joe.
Yeah, they got the same size. They got the picture right next to him. They both look identical. He big as shit. Ain't move.
But again, Metcalf, I mean, his technique is starting to get good. Like,
he's gonna be scary.
Get the ball.
He
already scary, bro. Like you knew he was getting the ball at the end of that game, and they couldn't stop him. And the crazy part, the first touchdown was called back. He did it again. Like, all right, we're just gonna do it again.
Like he can fly past you.
Right.
Like he can really fly past you. Like he can.
But even in the red zone, like he was a southpaw or whatever down there. So
and it's crazy. He dropped because of the 3-cone drill. Remember that? They didn't think he could run routes because it's 3 cones.
But I don't know. That was stupid because for one, and this always comes into factor with me with NFL players whose parents were in the NFL. So you had that pro mentality or that pro leadership behind you already. Like, look,
that's what they talk
being
about.
Professional, you got to keep getting better. And his dad was he played for offensive line, I think, for some team in the NFL before. And so he comes with that, and he's gotten better. And like I said, the leap had been just crazy on Metcalf. But yeah,
he's a true burner, but like his size makes him. He's a true burner, but he's starting to be able to run all the routes and do everything. So once you mix that with his size, he's unguardable because he can fly right past you and jump over you. So it doesn't matter.
I think he'll be the best receiver in the league in the next 2 years, honestly. So
I'm trying to tell you, that trio right there is my next 3 to watch. Devontae Parker, AJ Brown, and Metcalf. Like, them 3 should make some noise.
All right. Well, speaking of that, last 2 minutes for everybody. Everybody gets a thought. If they can take you 60 seconds or 2 minutes. What you got, Jeff?
My Raiders. Yeah, good job. I told y'all before, if Derek Carr throw the ball deep to Ruggs, it opens the game up. He don't trust it, and he did it. It worked out. We win big. It don't matter. So that's a good thing. I'm happy it was against the Chiefs. For 1 week, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all the Titans was the real deal. I really like them. The Bills, they took a hit because they just didn't play well at all, and they needed to win. They was due for a loss anyway. The Eagles, they got problems, man. I don't know what's going on with y'all resident Eagle fans, but y'all better make some calls out there to South Philly, man, because it's crazy. The COVID thing again. I think it's crazy to have a game on Tuesday. Shit, are we gonna start having games every day of the week now? Like, you could just easily throw somebody on every week. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but it was dope having a game on Tuesday. I
really liked it. All right, Ravi, closing thoughts.
Let's see. Let's hope they get this COVID stuff situated. They can only postpone so many games, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
NFL didn't really plan it out properly.
I don't know what was going to happen. Go ahead, let's finish with it.
Yeah, but with that being said, I don't know. Like, they didn't add any weeks or like extra bye or something. Like, they knew they were going to have to postpone games. If anybody thought this was going to go just like smoothly, they're crazy. But it's not like baseball where they can play 2 games in a day. So I mean, that's just the biggest thing to look out for. Other than that, let's hope the Eagles turn it around. I don't see it. It's not our year though. Hey, all right. Well, chip number 4 for Braun.
So listen, if the Eagles do so bad, right? Let's say they had the chance to go for Trevor Lawrence.
100%.
Wow, wow. That would make 2 consecutive years you had the quarterback in the first round. And on top of that, you got a $25 million quarterback, and the fans of the team say go for Lawrence if you got a chance.
25? They wish it was 25. It's like 32 he's making per year.
Wins is 32?
Yeah, per year. Wow. Something like that.
Wow.
They wish it was 25. They had to get another line with extra money. 25.
It's around 25 guaranteed, I think. That's what you got to look at.
What?
I thought it was around 25.
Yeah, it's only 100 and something guaranteed.
Yeah. I thought it was like 25.
I thought it's 31. I thought it's 31 per year because Dak won at like 36 or whatever. But anyway, Jordan, what's your closing thoughts?
I mean, we'll see what the Eagles do. You know what I'm saying? I think if we can get the chance to get Trevor Lawrence, then we might as well do it because it's been 5 years for him, right? 5 or 4 years. He's had one good year. 5 years, right? One good year. He's got the money. I mean, he's got the contract. Try to, you know what I'm saying, get as much as you can for him. You know what I'm saying? Because I think if you can put him on a better team, like the Eagles just aren't good right now. Like they don't have like the talent that they're relying on is not good enough or not healthy. Like that's the thing. Like they relied on Alshon Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson as their 2 wide receivers to stay healthy 17 games. Like that's you know what I'm saying, that's not gonna get it done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then the offensive line is dead. I mean, the offensive line, Brandon Brooks, Andre Dillard, you know what I'm saying? That was in the beginning of the season. Then now Jason Peters, Lane Johnson's been hurt. They can't stay healthy on the offensive line. So those are their weaknesses. If they can fix that.
Yeah, but honestly, O-line has been pretty solid for.
Yeah, it's been pretty solid, but it affects the way that like you know, if you don't have the right guys out there, it's going to affect the way that you're even calling the game, even for Doug Peterson. And it seems like the crazy thing is when he doesn't even have those players out there, it seems like his play calling is better. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, I don't know what it is, but when he gets like you know these guys out here, he's just like seems like he calls better plays. But they got to do something. I mean, they got to get him a number one wide receiver. I think regardless of what happens this year, I think you know Jeffries, Jackson, Ertz, Jason Peters, Brandon Graham is still solid, but they all got to go. Like I think it's time to rebuild and get those
Jackson
poor guys.
and Peters are scammers,
yeah. I mean, get those guys out of there. Get younger. You feel me? Try to rebuild. You feel me? On the defensive line. You know what I'm saying? Get some linebackers, get some corners, and get a number one receiver and try to fix it. Because the offensive linemen are old, but they play forever. Like Brandon Brooks can stay healthy. Jason Kelsey is still going to play. Lane Johnson's not that old. Dillard is a young stud. They need a left guard.
I don't know about stud, but he can be good.
They said he's been dominant in practice. They were saying in training camp he looked dominant. We got good offense. We got good defensive linemen. So I trust them sitting there saying that against our defensive line if he was dominant against them.
All right, time's up. All right, so no more time on a 1-win team because that's just too much time on that. But I would say with Ravi, man, about the COVID thing, like I think the whole season gonna be crazy, and it's really gonna be the battle who can survive. It worked out kind of good, I think, for the Steelers and Titans because the bye, I think, kind of helped them really. Like, you know what I mean? Like they were able to prepare a lot. However, the Titans were preparing for the Bills and the Chiefs at the same time, or whatever, or the Bills were preparing for the Titans and Chiefs. I mean, at the same time. So it's gonna be a lot this season with that whole thing. And I just pray it don't happen around playoff time, man, because that would just change so much for so many people, you know, and stuff. And even like, I don't know if y'all getting the emails or not, but from like Yahoo about the fantasy, and they're changing their rules and everything like that as things goes along. So it's kind of a free flowing season. So it's gonna go with it, you know. I think that you know, Russell Wilson, man, I think he really wants the MVP, not just like deserves it, but he wants it. So I think he's gonna keep balling the way he is. And I don't know what it is, man. I don't know if it's having a new baby or what. He just feel like he's playing with so much calm right now. And he just kind of like in his own zone.
I mean, and, facts, bro.
And I think that I don't know, man. I know what y'all said about his one loss, and I didn't really comment at the time, but I feel like you give NFL coaches enough time, man, they'll start figuring you out no matter your personnel with the Chiefs. So I feel like the Chiefs really got to watch out. And, you know, the defense got to step up because they can't count on the points all the time. So those are just my thoughts.
Who you got for MVP so far? Russ, you got still got Russ for MVP?
Hell yeah. After that game? Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
that shit like nothing moved for MVP.
Nah, Aaron Rodgers got to have a good game this week. Try to stay pace with Russ, honestly.
I mean, you know.
He only has 13 touchdowns. Russ has 19.
Yeah, I know, but he got 0 interceptions.
I mean, you got 19 touchdowns. You got 6 more touchdowends. They played the same amount of games.
But he played. No, he did. They
played the same amount of games. Packers won by.
Packers won by.
True. Yeah. But I mean, they come out. He's light years ahead. Like, come on, if he keeps balling, you're 7 touchdowns of a bye week. You feel me?
I mean,
he's averaging 4 touchdowns a game.
These nobodies counts for something.
He's averaging 4 touchdowns a game, like 5 damn near.
Yeah, and I saw Ravi, just that people know who don't see, Ravi did post that I was right. It was $32 million a year for Wentz and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I just want to say that. So, which is a lot of money. Goddamn it, like
it's 107. Yeah, 107 guaranteed, 32 annual. Wow. Not good.
I don't think he plays the contract out.
Not for what he's playing, like no.
So do we keep Jalen Hurts?
No.
So what else?
I don't think he's the guy. I don't know why.
We don't have too many other options. That's the thing. Are we gonna tank for Trevor? Look at the Jets. They're getting Trevor Lawrence. They might not win any games.
I don't know.
Yeah, but Darnold, I would take Darnold. I think Darnold has the tools.
I think Darnold is nice.
A great starting quarterback.
Man, I'm gonna stick to what I said. 2022, Hurts will be the starter in Philadelphia and whatnot. I'm gonna give him some time. That's what I said.
He's terrible.
Who hurts?
He's sorry. He's
Yeah.
sorry, yo. He's a
Give
little
him
sorry right
time,
now.
bro. Did he have a completion on Sunday? 18 yards?
Come
Give him some time.
come on, stop it.
I mean, he didn't though. He did though. I'm saying.
He
So
did. Good thing thank God he didn't fumble because he's fumbled the last 2 games he's been in there.
and what did Wentz do? That's all he ever did.
Those picks. He's not.
That's just an Eagles quarterback specialty.
Yeah, he's not gonna be doing shit that Carson Wentz doing. He gonna be doing shit worse. He gonna be looking shitty out there.
Give him time. Yo, he didn't have a real off season, bro. Give him time, bro. I'm just saying. So, but listen, 2022, they gonna get rid of that Wentz on that contract, but you'll see and whatnot. But anyway, and I'll be like a big guru, like I always do. what happened? I told you about Deshaun, and Deshaun robbed y'all too, by the way. To let you know, like
sure, he's got to go too.
He played 6 games.
They should cut the both of them right now.
Or 20.
They should call them right now. Don't show up for shit tomorrow. Don't like you feel me? Don't like stay the fuck home for the rest of the year forever. Go the fuck be done. Like they need to cut both of them.
But that's their fault, yo. Bringing back players don't never work. To be honest with you.
They were trying to be loyal. They were trying to be loyal. And like I said, those players that we won the Super Bowl with, like aside from like Kelsey, Brandon Brooks, Lane Johnson, like they gotta go. Ertz has to go. Bree G has to go.
Or Ertz fell off a cliff. I don't know what happened to him. I drafted him too.
Yeah.
I think he's not motivated because of his contract.
Y'all kept Ertz one. You know what? That's why I like Belichick, Jeff, because he get rid of him early. Y'all kept Ertz 1 year too long. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, defenses also know that like Wentz is gonna they know that we're not gonna have our starting receivers out there, so the only receiving threat they have to fucking key on is Zach Ertz. You know what I'm saying? Defenses he gets a lot of coverage too. You feel me?
I'll give you that.
He's looked bad though. He's definitely looked bad this season. Like
hey, what he was, bro.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
full team is terrible.
Yeah. Anyway, with that being said, with Jeff's last statement, the Eagles being terrible, that's our show. It's been another episode of Beyond the Trenches and whatnot, and we'll see you guys next week.
Raiders.